Hey guys, it's J19, brought to you another video, and yes, I am back for making more videos this week. It's been a wild weekend, I'll just say that. And we just got a post over the weekend, and it kind of got deleted by Genki. And he says, I don't want to, give you guys false information, or, he don't want people taking it wrong. That's what I meant to say. About Square Enix and what's going on in the Japanese market. I didn't really get a chance to read the statement made by Square because it got deleted. But apparently there is a full statement out there. I was planning on reading it to you guys, but we're just gonna go off what I know, what other people have been saying, because I want to make this video short. So with that said, if you guys want more Square Enix news, JRPGs, RPGs, you guys know who to find. J19, feel free to give me a follow, like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification, stay notified, and go live or upload my next video. And let's talk about how Square is talking about how they're struggling with the Japanese market. And it's been apparent over the last few, you guys can tell, especially with Final Fantasy, they've been pushing away Final Fantasy's been pushing away the audience of Japan and the eastern side of the audiences, but they've been pushing more on the western side. And Square Enix understands that, wait a minute, the western audiences are actually buying our product, or buying our IPs, or buying our games, per se. And a lot of people are kind of offended by that. So wait a minute, what about Dragon Quest and other titles are selling, reasonable in Japan? And I think the problem with what's going on with Square, it's much more bigger than just Japanese market. As you guys can tell over the last few months, even up to last year when Square turned offers down, right? Square started turning offers down to being bought, and slowly but surely the cracks are starting to show, right? They're starting to show, our Western studios that are handling the Western games, Hitman and Tomb Raider and Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers. You guys know the games I'm talking about. A lot of you are still pissed that Square got rid of them, right? But Square understood that that's not where their money's at, right? Not majority. Majority of their money is in the Japanese games side of things, right? But that's not all, right? They're even having trouble managing managing everything, because they also stated that in another statement months ago. And here we are, we're getting more cracks and official from Square that they're struggling in the Japanese market. And it's starting to show to me, guys, that yes, Final Fantasy 14 is carrying the studio, this company, this publisher heavily, right? And a lot of people said 14's one that's keeping them afloat. Yeah, that might be all possible, but even 14 can't save the whole company. 14 is just one game, guys. And they got all these big budgets coming out, big budget games like Final Fantasy 16 is almost done. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is almost done. They're working on part 3, the finale. They got Dragon Quest 12 in the works. They got, who knows, they got a lot more games in the works. And right now, they're starting to understand this, man, our cracks are starting to show, how weak we are, as far as management-wise. Big budget AAA games like this, Rebirth is going to be, 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy 14. You guys know, right? Dragon Quest 11 sold very well, right? I'm not talking about those. It's just, I'm not talking about that kind of management. Their gaming manager is fine, right? They're starting to get a better understanding of how to handle games and get them out a lot quicker than they used to be, right? So they're getting back to the basics. But as far as doing that, it's starting to show me that Square is, yes, they're family owned, they're really tight knit, and they do have a great relationship with Nintendo and Sony. Microsoft, not so much, because Microsoft, yes, they want to get back into JRPGs, but Square understands that they gotta have some money making opportunities on Xbox side of things, right? Even Yoshi P, even though he said he wants to eventually play on Xbox, he just can't do it right now because of one thing. Because it would make their work a lot harder, a lot more expanded upon, and right now they can't take on more work as it is right now, and it's a lot harder for them to work on multiple things like that at this time. So it doesn't mean that Xbox won't be involved eventually. It's just right now they're having own issues, right? They with the cracks of like mismanaging. They're selling their Western studios for cheap, $300 million. I know $300 million is not cheap, even for someone like me. If I had $300 million just come whomping my way, I faint. But that's beside the point, right? Now we're seeing more cracks of Square struggling in the Japanese market, and I don't know what's going on, but to me, it just feels like Square needs to and I hate to keep saying this. I hate to keep even teasing this. But I think it's coming to the point now. Yes, they're a publisher. They're a developer. But I think it's coming to a point now. The tight-knit family. Square needs to understand the family that owns Square. I don't really have the details on that. I could have looked it up. But I think the Square needs to work a deal. And say, hey, look. Whoever wants to buy me, yes, we're going to continue producing games for the rest of the contracts, like for Nintendo, right? Sony gets their share, right? They get their Final Fantasy. So whoever wants to buy Square will get exclusive games from them. But I feel like it's time for Square to seek somebody bigger to help them out, because it's starting to show the cracks are cracking, and they don't know how to put themselves together. And I know they got all these AAA budgeted games, and everything's going smoothly for development now. But it's telling me that either they got two options. Either A, they just, put some over these cracks and just swipe it underneath the rug and keep doing what they're doing. But, yeah, it looks like they're going to have to, just cut off. I guess just cut off all your losses. If the Japanese market is not working for you, I guess just cut it off. Why make games for that region if it's not making you money in the long run? I know it's rough for me to say this, but Square, if you're listening, anybody that's interested in buying Square, if you're listening, if any of you guys are interested in this type of conversation I'm having here tonight, it's on my mind earlier, and I want to talk about it. And it's getting to the point now that it's Square is starting to be a little shaky. They're starting to be a little shaky. They're not crumbling, falling yet. It's getting a little shaky where they're still developing games. It's just everything's starting to crack. And even recently, guys, we even got the little bit of crack showing in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with one of the voice actors is caught cheating with a scriptwriter. It's Square is having some issues right now, management-wise. And, it's not for game development-wise, it's just, the staff, managing things, and now, they're understanding, the Western studios didn't work well. They sold those off. The Japanese market is not selling very well to their liking. Maybe they're going to have to end up just cutting that off. I don't know, guys. That's all I have for you guys for tonight. Let me know in the comments what you guys think that Square should do. You think Square should just keep on moseying on and just keep doing their own thing and hopefully these cracks don't get bigger? Or do you think that somebody should buy Square? I know. More acquisitions. Nobody wants to hear about it. But in my honest opinion, the only company out there that can help Square out and they're capable of help repair a studio and make them even better with management and stuff. What company out there am I thinking of? It's Sony, right? Sony's the only company out there that can help Square Enix right now, right? Square wants to focus on the Western audiences. Sony, what's their main focus right now? The Western audience, right? Go hand in hand. Sony's been doing what well with, right? Management, right? I haven't heard a whole lot. Other than the guy got in trouble, he got fired. Remember on the weekend? Sony's got they had a couple hiccups. But I don't see Nintendo whopping out, $10 billion for Square. I don't think Nintendo's in that kind of mood to buy a big publisher like Square. Because one thing, Square knows that Nintendo Switch does not have the power for any of their top AAA budgeted games unless it's through the streaming cloud on Switch. So Sony is the only one that makes sense to me. And I don't really want to say this, keep saying it, keep teasing it. But in my honest opinion, guys, Square sounds like they're starting to show little issues going on. And for them, if you want to keep these big budgeted AAA games going in their liking and hit the goals they want to hit, they're going to need some outside help. Who's the one that helped bail Square back in the day? It was Sony. Why do you think Sony and Square have such a tight relationship? And everybody's a little pissed off when Sony goes, okay, we'll take Forspoken. We'll take your Final Fantasies. We'll take this. We'll take that. Why do you think people are getting pissed off about? People need to understand. Square knows what Sony has done in the past. And Sony knows what Square has done in the past for them. Because let's face it, if it wasn't for both of those going together on the PlayStation 1 for Final Fantasy 7, maybe PlayStation's not as big as it was. Maybe JRPGs wouldn't be as big on PlayStation. I don't know. We'll see. I know a lot of people are going to have their opinions, but I'd like to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Yeah, it looks like Square's in a little bit of a pickle. I don't really want to say this. I'm still hyped for their games. I still think they're going to be fine for now. But we'll see how that's going to go. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And as always, hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you all in the next video. I'll have links in the description below for my Twitch, Twitter, Discord. You guys know what to do. And with that said, be safe out there. Be nice to each other. And as always, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being patient while I recover. And I'm feeling a lot better now. And I cannot wait to get back to doing what I love doing for you guys. More and more. So with that said, I'm going to leave you here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Share with a friend. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification. All that jazz. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.